Hi my friends, I'm Laura and this is lesson number 5 of our 30 days technique for belly dance. In this class we are going to see how to do the perfect horizontal figure 8. Of course we are talking still of movement of our pelvis, as in belly dance most of the movements comes from our pelvis and from our hips and sometimes from our belly. And this is a very known and used movement coming from the ballady style. We will talk about ballady in future, but now let's go straight away in the topic of today. So let's start with as always, with our posture. How to keep the body to execute the perfect horizontal figure 8. We have to keep our feet parallel in the same size of our hip, more or less, not really as our pelvis, but a little bit more close, like our hip that are a little bit more close. Our knees, as always, are bended, and our pelvis of course is very flexible. But on the other side we have to keep our upper body still straight and strong, so we push our shoulder down, our chest up, and as always in this until we practice, better if we keep our arms and our hands in second position. Starting from here, this is the most important things. Your feet has to remain in the floor and your belly button has to be controlled and to keep in during all the exercise. So what we do, we have mainly three important movements that we have to combine together. One is the slide. Slide is when I push my pelvis in one side or in another, but in this case we do it diagonal. I don't move my upper body, just my lower body. So I do a small twist and I push forward in one of the two sides. And while I'm doing this, my belly button still remain in a little bit contracted and my knees has to be bending for all the exercise. Never stretch your knees, otherwise you can hurt yourself, and there are many belly dancers who didn't take care of this and finally they had pain in your knees. We don't want this, as we want to dance as long as we can. So take care of your bended knees all over the exercise and your feet both in the floor. So let's start again. Let's push a little bit our pelvis down through the knees to check if they are really bended. We push a little bit, pull a little bit our belly button in, and we start from our position. So twist, slide forward. In this case I am in this direction more than I can, starting when I arrive at the maximum point where I can push my pelvis, so I can turn until the back, until I complete my circles. I do it again, so starting again from the beginning, I start with a twist, slide, turn until the back. When I arrive at this point that I completely turn my pelvis, in this case there is a moment that I have to check my belly button contractions, so maybe fix it again, and we start on the other side by pushing forward in the slide, and then we turn with this half circle, let's say, and then again I have to control my belly button to start again on the other side. So it's like I push forward, I turn, and in the last moment in, push forward all the circle, in. I want to insist in this point that you have to continue to keep your knees bended and your belly button has to be controlled at the end of every half circle, this to keep your movement under your body. Sometimes I see this movement done by many dancers in this way. It's not really Egyptian and Oriental style, maybe it's more Latin American, and it's not even this movement, it's another thing. So let's stay in the style to give really to our dance the Oriental taste. The movement is not really that big, it depends also on the shape of your hip. Everybody is different, so everyone will have a little bit of different movement. You have to control it, has to be an elegant movement. This comes from the ballet, so it's never exaggerated and can be done, of course, with many variation and different speed. So let's start again. I turn, I bend, I pull in my belly button, and I control very much my upper body that doesn't have to follow my pelvis, of course, as always, as we are working as isolation. As you see, we are kind of drawing this figure 8 shape parallel to the floor. So exactly parallel, is like our pelvis is the pencil, and we draw this design that is very common in belly dance, this figure 8 design. We do it with many movement and with many parts of the body. So again, fix your arm, your shoulder down, we bend in and start again. Turn, push forward, all your circle and in. Again, push forward, all the circle and in. And again, push, turn, in, push, turn, in. Now I will make a little bit more loud music so we can dance it on the music. I will not follow really a rhythm, but just let's follow the flow, the sound, to have a movement a little bit more shaped and more continuous. It's like we don't have to see the beginning and the ending, and I will try to do it in many different speeds. So let's put some music on. So again, let's find our position to start. Arms and in, turn, push, and in again. We're still going slow to check this contraction moment. Check also your knees, please. Still bending, right? Now let's try to make the movement a little bit more continuous, like we don't stop, to give really the shape of the infinitive, the figure 8. Again. We can add our arms, of course. A little turn and position and start again. This is the correct music to dance with figure 8. And we can make it bigger, just opening a little bit more our leg, our feet, so the movement will become bigger, but for sure slower. At the end of the turn, here is the moment to pull in your belly button. How it's going? Let's continue. And now let's try to do it smaller and maybe faster. So we close a little bit our feet. As always, we bend, we check at the position of our belly button and we start again. And we can go faster. Okay, I want to play a little bit more with the speed because this is interesting. Maybe we can do some smaller and some bigger, or we can say some slower and some faster and combine them in the music. So let's try again with the same movement, also figure eight. Of course, you have to repeat it many times until it take a shape, until you really control very much your belly and your upper body doesn't have to move much. So let's try again with the same music, but this time I will follow a little bit more the rhythm. So let's put the volume up. Remember the last figure eight we did, the Egyptian one? And I came back to the horizontal. Horizontal figure eight coming from the ballady, but of course you have to combine it with many other movements to make it more interesting, more beautiful, more complete in your dance. But first of all, you have to practice it much in many type of music, and please repeat this video again and share it if you want, because this is the basic to become amazing. So thank you to join my lesson, and see you tomorrow with another lesson on another topic.